This is the all-new 2015 Toyota Camry, heavily refreshed, all new sheet metal on the outside, improvements to the way it drives, and to showcase it, Toyota has brought us here to Charlotte Motor Speedway to even take this car out on the track.
So it's a much more rigid body, changes to the suspension setup, changes to the steering. You'll feel immediately, I think in the first 100 meters, the difference in this car over the previous version. But it's all part of Akio Toyota's commitment to build ever better cars, to bring emotion back to the product. And of course to do all of that without walking away from our hallmark of quality, durability, and reliability.
Well, the Camry already was a pretty nice place to spend some time on the inside. It's definitely roomy for a family, but they've just turned things up a little bit when it comes to refinements. The only part that remains on the dash is the top of the dash, soft touch material with the French stitching. But what they've added in to complement that is Alcantara material on the doors, and that really feels nice and soft. Soft touch application on the tops of the doors as well. Then when you look at the center cluster, the buttons are bigger, the knobs are bigger, it's easier to use. You get a backup camera, of course. In addition to that, they've added a smaller TFT screen in the center of the instrument cluster to easily look at things that you use all the time. There's a nice feeling steering wheel as well. And if you get the top XLE trim, there's a space here underneath where you can put your phone. That's where the plugs and everything are. But you don't need to plug it in with the XLE. It's got wireless charging. Now your phone needs to be capable of receiving that, but you can put your phone in there and charge it without plugging it in. That's pretty neat stuff.
Overall, what we've done is we've been able to build a larger vehicle overall, better handling vehicle, but to maintain fuel economy in the car year to year. So we think that's a significant step. And frankly, it's one of the things that drives decision making from an engineering standpoint is to look at what it is that our customers, trying to achieve with the car. We want to make sure that what we're delivering to our customer gives them the smoothness, the power, the fuel efficiency, but also the durability that they've come to expect on a Toyota.
So Toyota obviously wanted to make a more dynamic looking car. They also went about making it more dynamic to drive. And how did they do that? Well, they reinforced the structure with a whole bunch more spot welds. So the body's being reinforced. Then they uprated the springs and the shocks. They definitely are stiffer, and they improve the electric power steering. And how does it all come together? Well, actually, it's very good. Straight line feedback to the driver is now much improved. Electric power steering systems in the past had this very vague feeling. Now, they've done a very good job of letting the driver know actually what's going on underneath them. A couple of other tricks to achieve that: they stretched the track out, meaning the wheels are a little bit wider now, and the actual wheel sizes are a little wider. That gives more feedback through the steering. So compliments to Toyota. The feedback to the driver is as good as it's ever been. They also claim it's the quietest Camry they've ever made. No way to really verify that today, but we'll have to take their word for it. So overall, all of these improvements, along with a much better brake feel, make this the most connected and reassuring Camry they've ever produced. So they've done that to make the car feel better. However, they didn't go the extra step to provide new engines and new transmissions. You look at the Accord, direct injection technology, continuously variable transmission. Toyota took the old power plants, the old 4-cylinder with 178 horsepower, and that continues. And the V6 is available on the top trim levels, and that's 268 horsepower. They claim it's because owners like these vehicles the way they are. I suspect when this car gets a total refresh that it will get new technology then. Toyota Canada held its press launch for its heavily updated Camry sedan in the heart of NASCAR country, Charlotte, North Carolina, and the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This was all to emphasize just how American and apple pie the Camry has become. It is, after all, the best-selling sedan in America. Toyota had a handling course to field the new suspension and more precise steering. One big change is just how much better the brakes feel and modulate, something we didn't utilize on a hot lap around the superspeedway. As it stands, this is much more than a regular mid-cycle facelift. The 2015 Camry looks much better, drives with more confidence, and has a pleasant interior. With the help of NASCAR and Toyota sponsorship, the Camry will remain the best-selling sedan in North America, this time with a lot more style.
Remember, extended reviews of many of our segments are available online at drivingtelevision.com.
I think Camry is going to follow hot on the heels of Corolla, where again we found that you can deliver, all of those values that made the car right for generations of North Americans. But by going that next step, by putting the extra dynamics into it, by putting the new style into it, what it's done is it's brought a lot of new customers into the dealership and younger customers. And so introducing the SE $2,000 less than the previous model, we think is going to be an open door invitation for a lot of people to step up to that style and performance.